It's your Sleepless Squad is back with a new video, part 6 of What If Midoriya Was God Spawn. Last time we left off, basically, Midoriya is going, assigned him like the 15 students that are supposed to get going to UA. Midoriya basically signed him into himself as the ruler, as basically a child. Yeah, let's start this out. As we see the 15 children that are supposed to get on to the bus, every 15 of them from, Jake, Jackson, Michael, Ben, from, Sarah, Julie, and there's a couple of them. They're all sitting together, almost in the same group. Almost everyone's looking at each other, chatting. Now they're in an armored bus, almost. So like they're like heavily secured as they're driving to the school, to UA basically, to be. They don't even to be tested, but into a different type of testing. Especially because Midoriya, aka Spawn, basically disagreed with the testing of the robots 100% of the way. Because you can't test quirks like Sarah's quirk is she she can manipulate other people's work randomly. What does that mean? Is she basically what she can do is randomly basically think of it like a giant spinning dial, and what happens is she can basically switch that person's quirk to a random ability. Sometimes it's super strength, super speed. Sometimes it's actually nothing. She has learned how to capsize that ability. The capside of that ability is the randomness to it. And she only knows. The good side of that ability is when you do that, the person that's been training with their ability, let's say Bakugo with his explosions, has to get used to using a different quirk, different ability. See? Or like let's say Aizawa, for sake. You cannot show that with any robot because you can't turn off a robot's quirk. As they start going into the testing zone is basically one pro hero for each one of the students. As you see them fight, you see Sarah change Mr. Aizawa's ability instantaneously before he can turn on to his eyes into, it seems like, acrobatics. So basically he has better acrobatics. And basically fight him for a good 20 minutes before her ability times out. And her quirk basically gets trapped and she gets wrapped up by the tape. You see Jack, who is basically the one that can take energy but not force, deal with who should I make him with? Deal with him with Fox, as he can take, because they're physical attacks, as he can deal with the dodging the element point, as he has to finally get Fox down onto the ground and force him down. As all of them do decent against these pro heroes, and these pro heroes are definitely holding back. They're definitely using the weights and everything like that, as they've been instructed to. A lot of them actually got defeated. Endeavor got Endeavor was very close to getting defeated. Mr. Zawa was got defeated. Nezu got defeated, actually. Nezu had to face... actually, let's get into that. Because Nezu had to face Midoriya. Now, Midoriya's quirk is named Pain. What the quirk is the much damage he goes into, the stronger he gets. Also the faster and stronger he gets. The caveat to that is automatically that he has to take hits. Now with, Spawn's already godlike ability to like just fucking heal. He doesn't really have to like matter about someone killing him, but he takes the punches as Nezu does his normal strategy as he tries to mess up the terrain and everything like that. As Midoriya just takes the terrain falling on him, takes every blow he can as he runs through. As he actually captures Nezu and gets him. As all of them shown that they are strong enough and have the ability to definitely become pro heroes, and their quirks are definitely awakened enough to become strong as they go into Class 1G for Juvians. As the first day of class comes, as Midoriya, everyone knows who Midoriya is. Midoriya is Spawn. None of them treat him like he's a god or something. And even in his land, they treat him like he's just a person. So when first day of school comes and everyone walks in, they're all used to just treating him like a natural human being. They're not used to treating him like a god. So let's start the first day of school even. So as everyone starts coming into school, they start all sitting down. As we see Aizawa and Nezu pop into the school. Basically, they're different from all the rest of the classes, same as Class 1A. They basically get to, they're basically going out with also Class 1A to basically see what their abilities are and see what they can match. As Aizawa already seen what they can do, just want to see how far they can push it. As Aizawa stands up and says, everyone go into the locker. Everyone go to the locker rooms to change. Get their suits on and meet me on the practice field. As everyone stands up almost instantaneously. As Aizawa loves this. He doesn't have to say his orders again. He doesn't get repeated. Everyone has some questionary looks, and some of them are still teenagers, but they all walk out as we see Class 1A also there. We see Bakugo and everyone like that. As Bakugo sees Midoriya, as one of his eyebrow raises and smiles a little bit. As Bakugo has been waiting for this. As Class 1A also see Class 1G. As Class 1G is a little bit smaller than Class 1A, obviously, 15 students only. But it seems just like a powerhouse of people. Now let's start the test. First with the ball throwing. Just everyone goes and then start Class 1G. Sarah, with her random quirk, did her random quirk on herself, and she does this a lot to practice her abilities, practice all of her abilities. She got actually super strength. She got super strength as she can easily throw the ball up. I'm gonna say 200 meters. 200 meters. Actually, let's do this. 400 feet. 400 feet seems like a good. 400 feet around. Actually, how far is 400 feet? I'm gonna say 1,000 feet. But I do not know how far that is, so I might have made her super goddamn strong. As we see Jackson throw the ball, and her hit Jackson. What he does is he actually asks one of the students named Jane to basically electrocute him. Her power is electrocution, and basically electrocute him as much as possible to gain up that kinetic energy before he chucks the ball. As he chucks the ball using all the kinetic energy he possibly can that he gained from Jane, as he throws it. I really gotta do these distances. I'm gonna say throws it a little. I'm actually not even gonna do distance. I'm just gonna say throws it a little bit farther than Sarah. As we see Midoriya walk up, as Midoriya is, you can see blood coming from his hand, as we see him basically clawing into his skin with his nails, trying to do that pain and boost his fucking quirk. As he grabs the ball, as he throws it, as we see him get second place out of everyone else. Ochago still got first, but he got second place in the ball throwing. All the other things happened. The race, he's already starting the pain, so he basically like clawing at his skin, basically ripping off skin with his his nails. As I almost forgot to remember this, his healing also increases with pain. So he basically starts clawing into his skin as much as possible. Basically, anytime he's sitting out, he's basically puncturing his skin with his claws, with his nails. As everyone's looking at this, as blood is like spurting for a couple seconds, and then it heals up, and then he just starts over and over again. As he's getting pretty decent times, he has the he runs the 50-meter dash in like I'm gonna say 4 seconds because of the pain. He gets a lot of the better scores, and Aizawa never said last place will ever get kicked out to Class 1G. He did say that to Class 1A though. Last place is, we all love him, Pervy Guy. It is the Pervy Master. He did get last place though. Invisible Girl was second, so he did get kicked out though. He did get kicked out, only because Aizawa see him already as a problem. He did get kicked out and go into Class 1B, only because he already saw him as a problem, as an issue, and he never really saw him going into that hero role. As all Class 1G and basically Class 1A are separate, except 2 students that are just basically in the middle of the 2 groups. Bakugo and Midoriya are laughing and talking to each other, just saying some stuff, like they're old friends, just talking to each other. Nothing like cynical or mad, or like, it does not seem like it's like anything bad. And Aizawa sees this and realizes something. He's been separating these groups for so long. He's been basically separating Class 1A from Class 1G, and Class 1G has always been stronger. Always been stronger than Class 1A. Even Class 1A, Class 1B. There's not even now like a thing about Class 1A being the strongest anymore. They all know Class 1G is the strongest, period. And now that's like basically prejudice. Prejudice against, not prejudice, but more like hate coming to Class 1G that they don't care about. They just take it away. As Al realizes, they've been separating these groups basically. As Aizawa sees some golden hair at the corner of his eye, as Aizawa basically starts replanning his entire scenario, as he's like planning out to combine Class 1A with Class 1G. to make them both strong. Before that, he has to talk to an old friend, he says. As he walks up to All Might, as All Might's like crouching and trying, like he's looking around, as I was like, what are you doing? As you see All Might stand up completely straight, as, oh, Azawa, I didn't see you there. As Azawa says, you know, you're like 7 foot, 6 foot tall, right? It's really hard to miss you. He's like, I just wanted to check out my successor. As uh, he's like, I'm hoping he didn't use my quirk. He says Bakugo Katsuki used his own abilities for this event. He probably hasn't mastered yours yet, and he probably will need a lot of practice. As All Might smiles brightly as he says, but he's probably one of my strongest pupils ever. His quirk is perfect. As Aizawa says, don't get your hopes up. As he looks over and he says, he has a violent nature to him. As All Might smiles as he says, we know. I know especially. But sometimes that's what makes a great hero. As we cut to Aizawa walking up to Class 1A and Class 1G, basically saying one word. Let's go back to class together. If you see them all group up together and basically go to the same classroom. As this is where we're ending off. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys. Also, wait. Subscribe, like, comment down below if you have anything you want to add into the storyline or have any ideas. Thank you very much. Bye.